Salam. He was respected, the most trustworthy of us all. We can never match him, but we try our best and give our all. I give my all and everything.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Career Campus, your weekly guide to navigating the world of careers. A 1 hour powerhouse show where we dive deep into the career options available for you locally and globally, and maybe talk about all things society related. My name is Kelly Ramazani, and I'll be keeping you company from now up until 2 o'clock. That's every Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. only on 90.4 FM Radio Al Ansar. We are live on Facebook and Instagram. I've got my shades on. Future is too bright, very, very bright. All right, coming up on the show today, we are still on the topic of the cost of living and ways that we can empower ourselves with skills that could eventually bring in passive income. I'll be joined by Siviwe from My Boy Youth Organization, talking to us about the Peace of Africa Marathon, an initiative to bring together Africans from different parts of Africa, of course, under one banner because of the many xenophobic acts that are happening, segregation, discrimination, and so forth. You too can join in the discussion on 060-904-1056. We've got career advice, soft skills that pay the bills. We've got workplace drama, your favorite. We've got corporate etiquettes and so much more. You are in safe hands. And shout out to Tabega, whom you've just walked in right now. She's the tech on duty, handling the technical side of matters while I do the talking. You too can send in your messages on 060-904-1056.
اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام. اللهم صل على المصطفى حبيبنا محمد عليه السلام.
You've arrived at your destination. You're listening to Career Campus on Radio Al Ansar.
That is exactly where you're at. Radio Al Ansar, your number one companion listening to Career Compass with me, Kelly Ramazani, every Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. And now right on the top of the list is something that has been happening and continues to happen. And I need to bring it to your attention. Okay, Tobeka is moving the camera. So I'm going to try and multitask, indicate to her that the camera is facing on the wrong side while I still talk. Lower to bigger. Okay. All right. I'm going to use hand gestures while I talk. Okay. Hand gestures for camera and talking. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. All right. Speaking about what is happening around the world. So currently, companies around the world are quietly hiring fewer entry-level workers. Okay, now this is not because there is no job for you as a junior or as an intern. There is, however, because of artificial intelligence and the amount of benefits, that companies gain from hiring or working rather with the AI apps, they've now decided to allow the AI to do the basic work, such as writing reports, the basic coding in the big IT companies as well, handling customer service, responses, even reception. I was following this guy on TikTok, and he was talking about how he invented this app that allows companies to handle the minor tasks themselves, of course, with the help of this artificial intelligence. So yeah, that is currently what is happening. Even in marketing, we have apps that are currently doing the marketing drafts. So it is happening. We cannot run away from it. We cannot shy away from it. However, I'm not informing you so that you become fearful and cave yourself, in this cage of darkness, but I'm informing you so that you empower yourself with skills. Skills are needed. Qualifications alone are not enough. So if you can be very strategic in how you go on about positioning yourself in the workplace. Currently, what we advise people is do not apply for a position, apply for a role, because roles evolve with time. A role evolves with demand, and you too need to have the ability to be able to grow, to change, and to pivot with whatever is required of you. Last week we spoke about this. Whatever the situation requires of you, if you can, without losing your authenticity, of course, be that. So that is what we have to inform you. Up next is soft skills for the week. And again, we are going to talk about strategic curiosity. We've mentioned the importance of curiosity some time back and how it is essential for you to want to know more about what is happening around you, want to know how you can grow or how you can add value to your setting and your surrounding. And so being curious, don't just be curious for the sake of it. Be curious with an aim. Be curious with a goal. Be curious, not by just asking anything, but knowing what to ask and when to ask. Very important. And especially when it comes to gathering information, avoid gathering information that you will not apply. Don't be that person. It is okay to not know. It's perfectly fine to not know. Don't be the type of person that just wants to accumulate information or, observe information as much as you can without having to apply to that information that you've known. It will actually cause you to experience information fatigue, which will hinder your decision-making skills, and you won't have the ability to make informed decisions in the go. Okay, so doom scrolling, guys. I know you love TikTok. I love TikTok myself. I love the internet so much, and I never ever get tired of saying that, especially here on this show. Social media has been the greatest gift, I think, in my opinion. But it can also come with downfalls and disadvantages. So apply it with caution, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about this week, a strategic curiosity. When you are curious, you learn. Through curiosity, you learn. And especially in the workplace, many young people walk in the workplace saying, I don't want to ask too many questions because then I'm going to look clueless, like I don't know what I'm doing. My love, listen to me. It's better that you ask questions rather than to go ahead and do something that you have no idea what you're doing. Because mistakes are expensive in the workplace. You cost us time, you cost us money, and we can't afford to have that over and over again. So it's always best that you ask questions so that you fully understand, you fully know what you are doing, rather than you just experimenting because you think they said this, but you're not sure and you don't want to ask because then you look like you don't know what you're doing. It's best that you ask, okay? And it's best that you ask important questions, because we can correct a mistake, but we can't correct ignorance, okay? So feel free to ask your superiors, your supervisor, build a relationship with them, maintain a relationship with people whom you can go and ask questions, all right? And the difference between someone just doing a job, completing a task, and someone learning a skill is by questioning. Learning, doing a task is simply you following instructions. If your manager or supervisor or superior says to you, hi, just send this email to the board, that's it. You do as told. And if you want to learn the task, you're probably curious. You've observed that, hey, we did this last week, Monday. We're doing it again this Monday. Is there a possibility that we might do it the following Monday as well? Now you're asking, you're like, I've observed or I've picked up that we do this on this day. Is this a weekly report? Is this something that is needed on a weekly basis, so that you don't necessarily have to keep coming back to tell me. I can just, draft it or compile it or compose it and send it. You see, now you know, now you are informed that, hey, yes, we do this on a weekly basis. Or no, it's just for the first 2-3 weeks of every month. You are informed. Now you are intentional in whatever that you're doing, and you've gained something in return. So it's very important for you to ask the right questions. Okay, why are we doing this? Is there a bigger goal? Is there a smarter way, a shorter way that we can do it? That's how you move from being replaceable to valuable. That will be the soft skill for this week. Up next is an interview that we've got with Siviwe, and I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too. You're on Career Compass with Kelly Ramazani. This is definitely the place to be.
I give my all and everything. Allahumma salli ala Mustafa Habibna Muhammad alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Mustafa.
You've arrived at your destination. You're listening to Career Compass on Radio Al-Ansar.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Right now, over 150 million children around the world are orphaned, facing hunger, hardship, and uncertainty. With Islamic Relief's Orphan Sponsorship Program, you can provide a child with access to education, nutritious food, essential healthcare, and a safe home. Your sponsorship is not just support, it's hope, security, and a brighter future. Be the reason an orphan child smiles again. Sponsor an orphan today with Islamic Relief.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Are you going for Hajj or Umrah? We at Al Ansar Shop have got you covered. From ihrams, ihram belts and kitabs. We're also stockist of Zamzam water from the wells of Mecca, dates from Medina, all at a ridiculously low price. Visit us at 207 West Road or call us on 031 208 1601. Al Ansar Shop, your one-stop Islamic shop.
Radio Al Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
For too many communities across Africa and the world, access to clean water remains a dream. At African Muslims Agency, we dig deep, reaching into the heart of the earth to fill the cups of those in need. Sponsor a water well for only 16,500 Rand or a borehole for 65,000 Rand in Africa or Afghanistan. With water comes food, health, education, and growth. Give water, give life with Africa Muslims Agency.
Looking for the perfect family day out? Join us at the Magma Agricultural Family Fair, where food, fun, and farm life come together. Enjoy exciting activities from animal encounters to live entertainment and hands-on farming experiences. And come hungry because we've got plenty of delicious food stalls just for you. Plot D353 on Lost Road, Camperdown. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of May. Magma, bringing families together, farm style.
Career Compass with Kelly Ramazani.
What could you say? Where could you go? If time stops, you are standing alone. There'll be a lot of space you never seen before. I'm trying to tell you what you already know. Have you ever been this bad and pray as you cry? One that you apologize or ask him to guide. Now you're standing in this place, it's time to show all the deeds that you've done. The horn has been blown. Yeah, Rabbana Atina في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا ربنا آتينا.
And that is Nadeem Mohammed, Rabbana Atina. It is Career Campus with Kelly Ramazani every Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. on Radio Al Ansar. We are talking about quite a lot of things. We spoke about soft skills. Earlier on that, we spoke about how artificial intelligence is replacing interns and juniors, because of the kind of service that AI is offering right now, efficient, affordable and fast. Fast is efficient, affordable, fast, and at large quantities. Of course, there are errors, there are mistakes, but then again, it is important for you to know this so that you position yourself strategically in the job market so that you're able to gain skills that are valuable and important. And you might be wondering, but what are those skills, Kelly, if they're already taking all of our jobs? Not all of our jobs, because the AI will require prompt. Okay, it's going to require human intervention, human to give it the instructions. And that is where critical thinking comes into place. We've been begging you for the longest of time. Please think out of the box. Please develop critical thinking soft skills. You require that. The world is asking you for that. But right now, we are going to be talking about an interview that is very interesting. Okay. On the line, I'm joined by Siviwe Benya, who is the CEO of Maibui Youth Organization. Siviwe, absolute pleasure having you here with me on Career Campus. A warm welcome. How are you doing today?
Very, very, very well. Greetings to you, Kelly, and to your listeners at home.
Awesome. Now let's jump right into it. First, let's talk about Maibui Organization. How does it empower the youth, and what are the most common challenges that you'll have faced during your intervention to try and offer skills or sort of empowerment to the youth?
Oh, thank you so much, Kelly, for the opportunity. The Maibui Youth Organization is a Durban-based non-profit organization that seeks to address social challenges faced by young people. Yes, in terms of empowering them and educating them. Yes, the challenges faced by our youth is the common and the trending one, which is unemployment. Yes, and a lack of direction in terms of lack of mentorship and no role models in our communities. And our youth are faced with drugs and alcohol abuse. If you go to any province, Cape Town, Durban, Gauteng, it's one and the same. The crisis is about the young people who are hooked in drugs. It's an issue of crime that leads to young people in jail. It's a peer pressure in some cases, and many things that leads to early pregnancy by our youth. Those are the burning issues that affect our youth on a daily basis.
Whoa. And the issues that you have mentioned have been going on for quite some time. So the question that we all are asking is, what are we supposed to do? What are we doing to bring solutions? But I'm also going to ask you to add on to that. What is the advice that you have for youth listening right now? Because you are on the ground, you're involved, you can see these challenges, you can see these cases. What advice do you have for the youth that are listening right now?
Thank you so much, Kelly. Now, to young people who are listening currently, is one, thing is to be resilient, is to be calm, is to be dedicated, is to persevere, is to hold on and keep on standing. Because really, South Africa is a country with some challenges, more especially issue of unemployment to young people. But it doesn't mean that young people, it's the end of the direction. You know, it's a matter of them holding on and continue to seek positive directions. And the only way they can do that is to ensure that they seek mentorship, they seek coaching, they seek groups like the likes of my youth organization in their communities, you know, to avoid to find themselves, you know, committing wrong, doing wrong things that will lead them to jail. Because we've got a problem now. Some people find themselves not employed, and as a result of desperation and frustration, they embark in criminal activities, and it makes things worse for them, because now once you have a criminal record, it kills your dreams of being a better person, because you'll have a criminal record and it will be difficult for you to get an opportunity for a job. And young people must stand up and try and be self-employed people by starting small businesses. I understand business, you know, to start a business, you must have a capital. But the most important thing young people should understand is wherever they are standing now, they must start from that point. If wherever that person is, he's got 100 rands in his pocket, or he's got a small land, you know, from the granny's house or wherever, use whatever is available in your disposal and make use of it to convert it, you know, to keep you busy, to see means to make money out of what you have in your disposal. You see, you know, those are the ways that people can keep themselves busy and embarking in sports, you know, and keep them fit, mentally fit in terms of training, so that they can have better ways of thinking out of a box, you know, because their life can never be determined by the fact that there's no job opportunities in the country. But if they can think out of the box in terms of trying to utilize whatever available in their disposal to convert it to make employment.
Comforting words there, as well as offering solutions to some of the biggest problems that we have as a country, a staggering high youth unemployment rate. Then you are saying that let's start wherever we can, utilize wherever resources or tools that you have available to you right now to generate an income, as well as involving yourself in leisure activities like sports and the like. Now let's talk about sports. Talk to us more about the Peace in Africa Marathon and what really inspired this event.
Thanks so much, Kelly. Peace in Africa is so closer to my heart. Peace in Africa Marathon was inspired by the existence of xenophobia in 2018. We've seen, when we were watching television, people were burned alive, you know, for the sake that they were declared that they are not South Africans. By bad. No, we saw that that is inhumane. You know, South Africa is a democratic country, a country that believes in discussion and debates, a country that believes in constitution and democracy, a rainbow country or a rainbow nation that exists with different race colors, that exists with different cultures. So therefore, it came as a surprise to see in these times where you see people killing one another on a brutal way. And we saw the issue of hate in terms of color of the skin, in terms of racism, you know, undermining people based on their cultural beliefs and religions. Those are the things that exist in our country in this diverse society. Based on those issues, we saw a need as this Maibu Youth Organization to stand up and mobilize the community and try and bring everyone in one a sector of sports, because we believe sports is so powerful. It is a powerful tool to unite everyone. So we utilize this tool of sports to embark on a run, which it consists of 21.1 kilometer, 10-kilometer walk, and 5-kilometer walk. All this is happening under the umbrella of peace. We are trying to convey a message to the region, to all our countries in the continent who believe that the solution is based on a war and violence. That is not the way. We are capable of negotiating and bringing solution to any issues that we have. We currently saw what is happening now in international countries, where we saw the war between Israel and the Palestinian people. And it is an unfair war, and there's no need in this time to have such wars. We saw USA taking Iran, and there's absolutely no need for those issues. You know, we've seen many things. Venezuela also being attacked, and the president was taken away by USA. We've seen many things taking place. You know, Nigeria was also attacked by USA. These things of war and violence continue to take control in our societies, irregardless that they happen internationally, but directly or indirectly, they do affect us as people in Africa, as people in South Africa. We are affected on a daily basis, you know, in our locals, because the petrol and diesel is up as a result of things that could have been prevented by believing in dialogue and sitting down and seeking a solution rather than to use violence and war. But one and then we're using this platform to call for peace. We believe peace is a solution in everything.
Absolutely love that. But how is the response been to the solution?
Yes, Kelly, we've got a positive response since our establishment with the Peace in Africa Half Marathon since 2017. The response is so positive to a point that it surprised even us as event organizers. We started with about 600 participants when we started, and it kept on growing a little bit, and to a point that we find ourselves sitting with about last year we had about 2,800 participants.
Wow.
Of which this year we're looking at around 3,000 plus participants.
Wow.
And the good part about our event, runners are coming from all walks of life inside the country, in different provinces, from other countries, including Kenya, including Ghana. They come and participate from Zimbabwe, from Malawi, from all other countries, and abroad. We were surprised to see people coming from abroad, from different countries abroad, booking places in the city center of Durban just to come and honor this peaceful run. And we continue to spread the language, and we want to see this marathon running and growing bigger than the amount that we are seeing. We continue to call for sponsors to come and play part, because we've got people who can assist and contribute to this particular event locally. But unfortunately, people that we have in our local space, they don't value important initiatives. They look down upon them, you know, and it's disappointing to see that, because we've got a lot of business people who can come and contribute to this initiative. But they don't see it important. But we cannot blame it's their choice. But we are so grateful to companies like Discovery Vitality and Hollywood Bets, who sometimes saw it's important to take part in what we're doing to assist us grow this initiative. But we are still open to anyone who would love to be a partner or to join venture, to utilize this platform, because this platform is grateful because they get us an exposure of marketing based on the number of participants we do have. So we're open to anyone who would love to be a sponsor, who would love to participate and build peace in Africa. Peace in Africa is for the society, it is for the locals, it's for the continent, it's for everyone who's desperate and hungry for peace. This is a platform, but we need to grow it together.
Absolutely. Now, for those that might be interested, how do they do that? And secondly, what is your closing statement?
Thank you so much, Kelly. People who might be interested to take part in our upcoming event that will be on the 24th of May, 2026, they can enter online at www.eventtiming.info. Our entries are still open online. They can join us there. Those who love to be part of our community work, they can reach out on us through our website, which is www.maiboyi.com. Alternatively, they can visit our Facebook page, which is Maiboyi Youth Organization. Our offices are based in Phoenix, 71 Waycroft, Unit 8. My closing remarks is to young people and our communities at large in Durban is our community is a resilient society. Our youth are resilient people. We understand the pain they are going through. We understand the frustration of not getting job opportunities as they are expecting. We know very well of them having good qualification degrees, diplomas, higher certificates obtained from different institutions of this country. But the problem lies with unemployment. When they are supposed to be hired based on their qualification, it becomes a difficult issue. Therefore, we are saying we understand your work, we understand your journey of life. But in whatever it is, hold on and continue to apply and continue using any avenue that can convert your qualification into money. There are many opportunities out there, but people must make sure that they don't lose focus. They keep their eye aiming to their dreams. See, we believe it can be done, and we believe that through the partnership of government and the private sector, they can make it easier for our youth by doing what you call it a job compact for youth, whereby they'll come together and share resources and finances to create a space for young people with qualification and those with no qualification to gain experience so that they can be employable out there. So those engagement, if they can be fast-tracked, and if we can emphasize on those engagement, it shouldn't be an engagement for a small portion of time. It should be an ongoing initiative, whereby we know we spend more budget in ensuring that we prioritize the issue of unemployment to our youth so that we can reduce the issue of crime, reduce the issue of drugs abuse, and all these social ills. Because if people are employed, we believe these issues will go down and we won't have a society with poverty. We will close the gap between the people who are rich and poor, because we live in an unequal society. But by creating job opportunities, we will close the gap and have a better society for all.
Thank you so much, Siviwe. Very passionate response there. It is something that we all feel the same about. It's about time that we come together to bring a resolution to the problems that our youth are facing. We wish you all the very best in your future, and we shall keep in touch.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Have a good one. Thank you.
You too. Have a lovely one. And that is Siviwe Benya, who is the CEO of Maiboyi Youth Organization, talking to us about a peace marathon that they have, a Peace of Africa marathon. And it's such a brilliant initiative, wanting to bring people together through sports and, wanting to solve problems wherever we can by uniting and coming together, of course, to speak against the wrong that are happening around the world. The world is currently finding war as the solution. We're saying, no, let's not go there. There's no need for that. Let's unite instead. Up next is your favorite segment, HR Matters for the week. And I think we shall be done. We shall wrap up after that. But first, let's fix this camera, Tabega. I don't like the angle. It's Career Campus with Kelly Ramazani. I see your messages. I'll attend to them shortly.
إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المرابطين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم شد أزرهم وسدد رميهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم الطف بإخواننا في كل مكان يذكر فيه اسمك يا أرحم الراحمين. استنصروك يا الله فانصرهم. اللهم ارحم الضعفاء والفقراء والمساكين والأيتام والنازحين والمشردين والأسرى يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم أنج المستضعفين من المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم كن لهم عونا ونصيرا. اللهم كن لإخواننا المرابطين في المسجد الأقصى. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم فرج همهم، نفس كربهم، داوي جرحاهم، عاف مبتلاهم، اشف مرضاهم، ارحم موتاهم، تقبل شهداءهم.
The names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is proudly brought to you by Turkiya, the Modest Boutique, 580 Ridge Road, Demir Couture for the discerning.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-mu'min. And this is a beautiful name. I remember being confused about it as a kid, thinking like Allah is the believer. Is that what that means? No. Al-mu'min is the one who grants security and safety. And so this is a name to be pronounced, the one who grants amd and aman. And so this is a name to be pronounced on the tongue of anybody who ever feels afraid, anybody who is ever insecure. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you security and safety. And of the manifestations of this name, of the ways to interact with this name, beyond asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for security for yourself, is to be someone who gives security to others. Someone who makes other people feel safe, that people are safe in your presence. The Prophet ﷺ says, by Allah, la yu'min, la yu'min, wallahi la yu'min. Who? The one who their neighbor does not feel safe from their evil. So if people do not feel safe from you, you will not be safe from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So give people security and you will receive security, inshallah.
The names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is proudly brought to you by Turkiya, the Modest Boutique, 580 Ridge Road, Demir Couture for the discerning.
Turkiya brings to you the Modest Boutique, where elegance meets style and exclusivity meets you. Come in and view our personally handpicked range of exceptional quality garments for every occasion, from timeless classics to the latest trends in a range of fabrics to suit your taste. Abayas, top coats, dresses, scarves, and accessories. Let us bring out the diva in you. We offer you a truly relaxing shopping experience, secure on-site parking, open 7 days a week. Follow us on Instagram at Turkiya_Dublin or call 083-786-1065. Turkiya, Demir Couture for the discerning, 580 Ridge Road.
You've arrived at your destination.
You're listening to Career Compass on Radio Al Ansar. 90.4 FM Radio Al Ansar is where you're at, and we're wrapping up the show with HR Matter for the week. This letter came in. It says, Salams Kelly, my name is Fatima. I'm 23 years of age. I work at a retail store as a sales rep. I consider myself to be a respectful individual who is non-problematic to my managers. But shockingly, my managers seem to always favor those that are difficult. Please advise. Oh, God. I feel like all workplaces have the same uniform when it comes to these kind of matters, yeah? Okay, so Fatima, I'm just going to be quick because we're wrapping it up, right? First things first, this mindset of respect and non-problematic doesn't work in the workplace, okay? I'm not asking you to be rude, loud, disrespectful, and chaotic, but what I'm saying to you is that leaderships don't look for people who just follow instructions, okay? They look for people who can think, who can contribute, and who can challenge, but respectfully, of course. So, if you think that you being non-problematic means just keeping quiet, bowing your head down and doing the job without asking, without speaking out, without attitude, of course, and you also can suggest without having to be disrespectful. Okay, I wish I can tell you more, but my time is up. I need to wrap up the show. Up next is news with Eric and Monina. Inshallah, by next week we shall talk more about this. Until then, I say to you, find your purpose and leave your mark. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.